views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hey everyone, hi, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Welcome to Open BXRX. Coming up on today's show, we'll hear from a Jehovah's Witness spokesperson who will speak about how they are getting closer to their pre-pandemic way of life. Then we'll speak to a principal about her school's impact on the next generation. And then we'll hear from an Auto Group co-owner, about his business and how it's servicing the community. Bobby C, it's always great to see him. He steps into the room with the latest in the world of sports. And then we'll check in with the founder of a company that has made some history in Greensburg. All of this and more is headed your way because we are now wide open. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Here we go. Hey, how are you? I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're watching Open, that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, we're joined by the spokesman for Jehovah's Witness, and he's here to speak about the significance of caught witnessing and how its return will impact the Jehovah's Witness community. So please welcome to the show, Robert Hendriks III. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Bob. So nice to be back, as usual, with you to talk about the latest developments in this very interesting time that we're living in.
Yes. Now, we spoke many times before, but on May the 31st, 2022, Jehovah's Witnesses released breaking global news regarding your ministry. Can you tell us about it?
Well, most people know that they haven't seen us around, especially in New York City, where you can only call us ubiquitous. We were in every subway. In fact, I spent several years working a location at Bryant Park between 5th and 6th Avenue, and we made that a regular part of our routine. We have thousands of ministers who man these locations around New York City, Manhattan, the Bronx, all of the areas, and it's really a powerful way to display a positive message. But March 20th of 2020, that all went away. We came out of the subways. We stopped going and knocking on doors. We stopped making personal visits to people. And obviously, we can understand why. But May 31st was the date that it was announced that we would resume our public ministry, not only in New York City, but also around the world. And so that's been a big change, and we're gearing up. We're coming back. And we've been back to many of those locations that we formerly were at, whether it was Bryant Park or in the Bronx or uptown, downtown, wherever we are. And it's been a great welcome that we've had. In fact, when our volunteers first went into the subway and the MTA workers saw them, they gave a round of applause. Yeah. And in many of our locations, we have seen police officers go up to our brothers and sisters and say, thank you for coming back, because it's almost as if this is turning the page for the city, not only Jehovah's Witnesses, but also New York City and the Bronx as well. Yeah, and you know, there's one method in particular that many New Yorkers are used to seeing in their communities, and that's Jehovah's Witness Carts. What is the cart ministry, and what's the principle behind it? Well, you know, our ministry for many, many years, for almost 100 years, was really about going to people. And so in New York City for years as well, we had folks who would stand in the subway, stand on the streets, but they were kind of lone. They are alone, perhaps holding up a magazine. But the cart witnessing is something that was developed some time ago that allowed us to be present with our message, clear with placards of our message that were usually very comforting messages, and people can come up to us. And so we could smile at them, and if there's a connection, they come up to us. They can either talk with us or take a copy of free literature, even have a Bible. We would have Bibles on hand. We also are equipped with many different languages for the very pluralistic society that we live in, especially in New York City.
Yeah. When did the program begin in New York City, and what benefits have you seen since its inception?
So the program was piloted back in the right after 2010, 2011, and really the premise of it was that most people in New York City live in locked high-rises, high-rises that we couldn't go to, people that we couldn't see. And so instead of standing outside of their building, we're standing in locations where they go, the subway, the Madison Square Garden, Times Square, places all over the Bronx and Queens and Brooklyn. And now they see us, and we're able to interact with them, and not only interact with native New Yorkers, but also with all the millions of people that visit New York. I mean, it's an amazing thing to be on a street. We would do 3-hour shifts typically, or 4-hour shifts. And in that period of time, we would see tens of thousands of people on Fifth Avenue and on 42nd Street. Just amazing. And so that kind of exposure to a positive message is something that has brought a level of peace and comfort to many people.
Yeah. Now, will this method of your ministry replace the house-to-house method?
You know, we don't know what the future holds. Nothing can really replace house to house. I mean, if you really think about it, if you owned a global company, we're in 240 lands, you owned a global company and you had boots on the ground like we do, you would have them visit people's homes. And that's what we do. That's what the early Christians did. They visited people's homes door to door. As we learn to go to another chapter of it, we'll be back at people's doors making personal visits. Now, right now, those who have expressed interest can ask for us to come, and we will come. We will return on interest. We will also do in-person Bible studies. But right now, we're not going into apartment buildings and knocking on doors or going door to door at the moment. And so that hopefully will come in the near future.
Yeah, what would you tell a person who's considering stopping by a local JW cart?
You know, I think it's a great way to engage us on your terms. You know, we're coming to you in a place where we're being passive. We're not actually reaching out and being actively engaging people. They're engaging us. So you have a question about a Bible issue, if you need some comfort on a particular day, you need some counsel perhaps from the Bible, you want to read something or get to know who we are or what our upcoming events are, just engage us. And it won't be a negative experience. It'll be a positive experience, very kind. And walk away with some free literature. We don't take donations at the cart, so we're not charging for anything. It's really free comfort at a time when you need it.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people, the world is like split in two. You know, they're trying to figure out what to do in life, what to do with themselves, and what to get into, what to believe into, what to believe. What do you tell people who are considering becoming a Jehovah's Witness?
Well, the first thing we do when somebody's considering becoming a Jehovah's Witness is we tell them that this is a journey. It's not an event. That even though some may be accustomed to sitting in a church and getting up and saying, come on down and be touched by God, Jehovah's Witnesses don't do that. The journey to become a witness takes time. It takes an understanding of the Bible. You know, the Bible puts a large responsibility on us, and it's not an easy book to understand. And so that's why we first, instead of saying we want you to become a Jehovah's Witness, of course we do at some point if you'd like that, but we want you to get a sense of why the Bible is valuable today, why it can help your life, why it can enhance your life and make things better. And once somebody begins that journey, it may end in becoming a Jehovah's Witness, but it may not. But what we hope it ends in is becoming a better person and having a more fulfilling life. Yeah,
and your friend sends his regards, Ken Spiderweb.
Well, tell Ken we said hello. Nice to hear from him. He is a good friend.
Yeah. Now, do you have any other events coming up?
We do, actually, and it starts this week. We have a 6-part convention. You're probably aware that we've had conventions for many years in New York City. They're historic in New York City, dating back to the 1950s. all the way through the 2000s at Yankee Stadium. We've had them at Madison Square Garden. We've had them at Nassau Coliseum when it existed, and we've had them for more than 100 years. But again, in March 2020, we stopped our in-person conventions. Hopefully that will change next year. But this year, once again, for the third year in a row, we're providing a virtual convention in more than 500 languages, available for free on jw.org. And that convention is something that you just touched on, Dr. Bob, and that's true peace. It's Pursue Peace is the convention, and it talks not about just being peaceful as a person, but actually pursuing peace with our communities, pursuing peace in our families, and pursuing peace, most importantly, with God. And right now it's available on jw.org. You can download or stream the first installment. We'll have 6 installments through the summer, and it will be very, very powerful for people to get a sense of how in my life can I get peace.
You know, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much, and you're always welcome to stop back by.
Thank you, Brother Bob. Appreciate it.
Robert Hendriks III, U.S. spokesperson for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick break, but don't move a muscle. We'll be back with more Open next. And welcome back. You know, you're always welcome. You have a seat at the table. Our next guest is the principal of Community School 111, the Jacob Blackwell School. And, you know, that's the jewel of Long Island City. She joins us today to speak about her school's arts department. They do some great things over there. And, you know, they're positively the next generation. Check it out. Please welcome to the show, Principal Dionne A. Jaggon. Dionne Jaggon, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Bobley. It's a pleasure this morning.
Oh, you know, it's always a pleasure to see you and talk to you. You're doing great things over at the school. You know, this is the jewel of Long Island. It's not the jewel just to be the jewel. This is the jewel of Long Island City, right next to Queensbridge.
Absolutely.
So tell us about, we're talking about the many departments and many things that are happening at the school. You can mention those, but talk about that department that you want to talk about.
Yes. So we are proud to say that we are the jewel of Long Island City. Our scholars are those jewels. We've aligned our work with our arts departments, with the scholars, with learning. And we want the scholars to have a reimagined student experience. So we have a licensed music teacher, a licensed art teacher, a library media specialist, and we have several art programs. Most importantly is our Broadway Junior. We partner with Broadway Junior. Annually, the scholars put on a play. This year, we were so honored to have you support our play, Frozen. And there's dance performances, the scholars are singing, they're acting. We have a vast array of costumes, and it's just a wonder to see them recite lines. They're reading from their playbooks, so the academics is also built in. We also have cheerleaders with our dance. Our dance coach is Miss Parsons. We're so proud of her.
Miss Parsons, all right.
Yes. And our scholars recently, yes, had the pleasure of going to the Bronx, where they came in first place, Dr. Bobley. Our cheerleaders and our steppers, under the direction of our music director, Miss Reeks, came in first place. And it's kind of tough, yeah. A little nerve-wracking from them coming from Queens and going to such an important borough like the Bronx, and then to take home both first place trophies. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And and we take pride in our work, and we make sure the scholars are rehearsing before school, after school, during their lunch periods. So there's a sense of commitment, integrity, and teamwork with the scholars. And when it comes time for them to perform, they just give it their all and their best, because they know we believe in them. We know they honor that. They know that we honor their work, and we bring out their talents.
Yeah.
When we're working in New York City schools, we take it for granted that a lot of our children are extremely talented, and sometimes the arts is what brings out those talents, and it shows up in reading, writing, math, science, and social studies, because the inhibitions are gone, because they know they're successful on that stage. So it really means a lot to us that you support us in that way.
Well, speaking
And
of
those are just
speaking of supporters, you have a number of people working with you and partnering with you. You want to give them a shout out?
Sure, we have Common Threads working with us, Alvin Ailey, LEAP, Learning Through Expanded Ed. Of course, our community school director, who's part of Center for Supportive Schools, Make the Grade Foundation.
Yeah.
You guys are one of our most prominent supporters. We appreciate all the work that you've done with us. And we also partnered with Lincoln Center, Schubert Theater. So there's a lot of partners that are working with our school, and we make sure we highlight them.
Yeah. How important has your arts department been in shaping the next generation of professionals? You've got some great people there. These students are something else.
Yes. Also, when we talk about reimagining the student experiences, arts has let them know that they can go to college. So that's how it's shaping them, because they're realizing that they can find higher education institutions that can support their artistic dreams. And with our Save for College program, with NYC Kids Rise, they are connecting it. They're making the connection that the money that they're getting from their Save for College accounts, going in, preparing for college, they can use to get in through their talents in art. So everything just is coming around full circle.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about financial literacy? Are you teaching financial literacy at the Jewel?
Absolutely. We are a well-rounded establishment. Our scholars in grades K to 4 already have over $40,000 in those savings accounts.
All right.
Yes. Yes. I definitely want to thank our superintendent for being one of our leaders with the NYC Kids Rise Save Accounts. District 30 was one of the first districts to have it, our superintendent, Dr. Composto, and Deborah Ellen Glickstein for helping it branch out do all NY City schools. So the scholars have accounts. So yes, we are teaching
Yeah.
financial literacy as young as kindergarten.
Yeah. So are you thinking about starting a community school 111 loan department? Because I
Ooh,
know
we
where to
love
go
you.
to get my loan.
Yes, more jewels. And you know, it's important because when we talk about prioritizing wellness,
Yeah.
making children feel confident, building self-esteem, having money for college, it takes away that burden,
Yeah.
that hardship, and they're eager to go. And we also focus on the habits of mind here. So they have to strive for accuracy. They have to understand that that shows up when they're dancing, singing, but also in the classroom.
Right.
We also have to recognize that the scholars have to think interdependently, understanding that they're learning from each other, and learning happens throughout our school as soon as you walk into the school building. And you've been here and you've seen our displays. We make sure that we value
Absolutely.
all cultures, all ethnicities, all languages, and we greet our children every morning at that door. And we want them committed to continuous learning, Dr. Bobley. It's very
Yes.
important for us. And arts is very important for our school and for our children. We are the community school of communication, multimedia, and the arts. We
There you
even
go.
partnered with the Museum of Moving Images. Our scholars recently graduated from there,
All
moved up,
right.
our kindergarten scholars. And we did a remake of The Wiz. And
All right.
one of our little kindergarten scholars, her name is Esther, she got a scholarship for dance and played the lead role as Dorothy in that remake. So we're doing great things over
I'm
here,
loving
and
it. Yeah.
yeah, movie making, dancing, robotics, and of course they're really getting into it with their academics, with reading and writing, and we're so proud of them. We have great teachers. Our teachers are here from 7 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
working with the children because they understand the after school commitment.
Yeah, give us a website where we can find out more, and then a message to parents because it's a circle of love. Everybody in the community, each one teach one. Help our youngsters become successful. So, give us a message to the parents that will help out with that.
Yes, each one teach one. We are a community of learners. With the parents, we value partnering with parents. We want the parents to understand that they are a very important part of this puzzle as we're educating their children. We provide many opportunities for the parents to support our schools through our academic parent-teacher teams, our nightly events. So parents, come on out, visit us at www.ps111q.org. Visit our website, come and find out more about the jewel, get your scholars to be one of our jewels, and we are going to be committed to your child's success.
There you go.
I'll tell you a funny story.
Uh, but you're going to have to come back and tell us again because they're going to wrap me up.
Okay,
They got me a hard wrap.
okay.
But listen, thank you so much for joining us. Where can we go for more information? You mentioned it before, but give it to me one more time.
Yes, visit our website, www.ps111q.org, and you can also check us out on Instagram, #Jewel of Long Island City.
The Jewel of LIC, Community
Yes,
School
thank you.
111. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our
Thank
principal,
you,
our
Dr.
wonderful
Bosley.
principal. Oh, you're welcome. Our wonderful principal over there, Dionne A. Jaggon of Community School 111, Jacob Blackwell. Thank you, and we'll be seeing you. We'll be coming over there and checking you out soon. We'll take a break right here, and we'll come back and give you a whole lot more right here on Open. we go. Hope you are enjoying the show so far. Welcome back. Our next guest is the co-owner of the Trinity Cadillac Auto Group. He's here today to share the highlights, how his services and what they're doing in our community, how they provide good information and good service to our community also. So please welcome to the show, Lee Morant. Lee, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good morning, Dr. Bob Lee. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. It's always a pleasure to see you, and we love the great work that you're doing and the service that you're doing for our community.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've been doing this for some time. Tell us about some of the things that you've been doing and what you're doing right now.
Well, Bob, we are Trinity Auto Group, which is part of our wonderful conglomerate of car dealerships. We have Bell Mitsubishi, we have Trinity Cadillac, and we're doing great things. Trinity is also, we're helping the community here in Bergen County and doing a lot of things. Main thing is putting people in cars sometimes they can't afford, making sure the payments are great, making sure their service is done with their mechanic work. And we're here for them. We're here for everybody and doing our best to try to keep everybody happy.
Keep that car running too, right? Because a lot of times people go buy a car and then they don't know where to go to get it fixed. You got that whole service all under one roof, right?
That is correct, Bob. That is correct. We do everything all in one roof there, and we take care of you. We're doing whatever we got to do. We go to your job. We'll go to your home. We'll come get the vehicle from you, bring it back to you, give you a rental, do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. What inspired you to go into the auto business?
Well, Bob, I'll be honest with you. I've been in the business now since after 9/11. I was working for an advertising company, and where everything went down after that incident, which was very sorrowful, all those people that lost their lives. And but at that point in time, I was doing a lot of advertising for car dealerships, and I ended up needing a job. And due to my wife being pregnant, and I had my first child, and I tell you, Bob, I got into the business, really didn't want to get in. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I didn't like the hours, that kind of thing. But I ended up going in and being the people person that I am, and talking to people, helping the community, helping people achieve their goals, which means everything.
Yeah.
That's getting into it. That's what it is for me.
And that's what's important too, being a people person. You're able to communicate with the people coming through the door. I can understand it. We've done some things with the dealerships in the past, Dick Gidron and Mike Silverstein and all those guys back in the day. And we used to battle who sold the most cars. And people used to come in and were buying cars like crazy. It was amazing. We would like to see that come back again. That was something that was back there, but we can bring that back. And we thank you for all the things that you're doing in our community to help with that. Can you talk about the others who work with you and the impact of daily operations over there at Trinity?
Sure. Not a problem at all. Trinity Auto Group, I tell you, is a great staff. We have some of the best managers, some of the best salespeople in the business. I'll be honest with you. Tell everybody, Bob, that you're nothing without your team. My team is strong. They understand, starting from Rich Aquino, which is our general manager. We're talking to Lynn Brown, which is one of our closers there. We're talking to Carl. I mean, we have Victor. We have so many great guys and gals that's there to help us out and get things done. Talking about my partners, I have two great partners, Joe Collado and Alice Calantes, that I tell you, that puts their all into the business. Our service department is run by our manager, Michael Saccone. And I tell you, we're just doing great things over there. And the main thing about it is wanting to greet the customer with a smile and knowing that we're there for them.
Yeah. And you speak about the closer. How important is that closer?
Lynn Brown is very important.
Yeah.
Lynn Brown is very, and really just to close the deal, to give the customer what they're looking for. That's the main thing.
Yeah. And people want to feel like they got a good deal, and they walked in and they got taken care of the way they should be taken care of. Instead of a cold salesperson that says yes, and you get the feeling that somebody's trying to nickel and dime you to death.
That is correct. You're absolutely right. It's funny because I had one customer about last week, and it says, Lee, it's not about the money. It's all about the service.
Yes.
And that's people will pay for good service. It's all don't matter. Somebody they can call, somebody they can answer back to. Take a cell phone number. Through the night, something's wrong, something's going on. He answers all the time for me. And that's what we're there for you.
Yeah.
The Trinity Auto.
Talk about some of the things that you're doing in our community.
Well, Bob, we're always doing something in the community. We have some great things going on through the one church. We have a church here that I attend, which is a Steel Memorial here in Linden, New Jersey.
All right.
We have a soup kitchen that we sponsor once a month here, taking care of that, making sure the community have something to eat. Some of the people also, we give bags away to the book bags for the kids in their schooling. We also did a great thing for charity work for Bergen County Sheriff's Department. We had a great golf outing for them last year. We'll do one again. And we're doing great things. I mean, if I tell you some of the things we've done lately, my partner Joe Collado was in a very advantageous to a deal with one of the young men, a wrestler here in Bergen County. He did not have a vehicle. His mom couldn't take him to practice.
Yeah.
And Joe, now we put the down payment down for him so his mom could have a car. And that means a lot because, you know, helping these people today and helping the young and helping them to achieve something and realize that things can get better. Things will be better through it all. And times are tough right now, Mr. Dr. Bob Lee. It's very tough out there now.
Yeah. And, you know, people want to, it's a circle of love. I mentioned this a couple of times before. It's a circle of love. And you know, you get by giving. People want to come and buy cars from you because you give to the community also. You're not just a dealership that is selling cars. You're right there in the community with the people. So when it comes time to want to buy a car or they're in the market to buy a car, they're going to come to you because you came to them. And I think that's very important. Thank you.
That is correct. Definitely right about that. And we appreciate it. And thank you so much for having us on and understand putting Trinity Cadillac in the open here on your beautiful show.
Yeah. Hey, give us all the information where we can get in touch with you.
Yes, our website is trinityautogroup.com, and you can reach us there on the site. All our cars are on the site, over 500 cars on our site. And you can also reach us at the 201 number, 554-0270. And if you need anything from us, like I said again, my name is Lee Morant, principal owner. Please, you can definitely call me anytime. I'm available. If you can't reach me, I will get right back to you. Just leave me a message. And thanks again for everything. And again, we're here for the community.
There you go.
Anything from us, you need anything you're having, anything you're doing, we're here for you.
That's what I'm passionate about, the community. Thank you, Lee.
That is correct.
Give a shout out to all the people that are working with you. Thank you. Virtual hugs.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right.
I hope to see you soon, Bob.
Oh, we'll see you soon. We'll see you very soon. Keep in touch, all right? As a matter of fact, give me a call.
Not a problem, Mr. Lee. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. All right. Lee Morant, co-owner of Trinity Auto Group. They're doing some great things in the community, and they've got great cars, too. We'll take a quick break right here, but coming up next, my man Bobby C. He has the latest in the world of sports coming up next.
Time for some more baseball trivia here on Open. We had a ball featuring the Yankees' latest star, Aaron Judge, recently on the show. And today we look at the club's most recent captain, perhaps the road ahead for the Judge, and Derek Sanderson Jeter for our 10-question game on the morning show. We figured appropriate ahead of ESPN Films' The Captain, a 7-part series unveiling the air of mystery surrounding Derek Jeter, both on and off the field. The documentary series is executively produced by Spike Lee and Mike Tollin and is set to debut on July 18th this summer following the conclusion of the All-Star Home Run Derby on ESPN. But before our latest trivia, we got to thinking about two of our favorite Derek Jeter moments here at BronxNet. The first, 3,000 with an exclamation point. Roll 'em.
Yankee fans have always been great. You know, I've said it time and time again, they appreciate the history of the sport, history of the organization. The thing that means the most to me is that I've been able to get all these hits in the Yankee uniform.
When Jeter arrived at home plate, the last remaining parts of the core four joined in celebration, with Jorge Posada giving Jeter a bear hug and Rivera mobbing the captain in a moment that will be forever etched in time.
I got a little emotional because I was so happy for him. He's amazing what he's able to do, but for him, he looks forward to that moment. Go out there and get 5 hits today. He's amazing.
Fittingly, Rivera saved Jeter's turn back the clock performance.
You're talking about from Babe Ruth to Yogi Berra and DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and all those guys, and none of them have 3,000. And then here comes Derek Jeter for so many years. For us, I'm extremely happy for him.
And of course, a Bronx send-off for send-offs in Jeter's final game at Yankee Stadium.
The fans are chanting, "Thank you, Derek." And I'm thinking to myself, what are you thanking me for? I just try to do my job. Really, they're the ones that I want to thank. They're the ones that have made this special. Everyone says they dream about playing baseball, but it's a little bit different if you're playing in your backyard or you're playing in front of 40 or 50,000 Yankee fans that are as vocal, energetic, and animated. I'm happy with the way that my career has gone. We still have a couple of games left in Boston, but I'm extremely happy that how it's gone. I wouldn't change anything about it. I wouldn't trade places with anyone that has ever played this game, because this is exactly what I dreamt of doing, and everything that I've been able to do is more than I've ever dreamt.
Man, oh man, we miss the captain. Let's reminisce some more with these 10 trivia questions. Question 1. Where was Jeter selected in the 1992 Major League Baseball draft by the New York Yankees? Was it A, first, B, third, or C, sixth in the draft? The Yankees selected Jeter 6th overall in the 1992 Major League Baseball draft. Phil Nevin, Paul Shuey, B.J. Wallace, Jeffrey Hammonds, and Chad Mottola were all selected ahead of Jeter. As a result, it's safe to say that Jeter and his Hall of Fame credentials went on to have the best career of all of them. Question 2. Jeter won the AL Rookie of the Year award in what year? 94, 96, or 97? B is the answer here, 1996. After playing briefly at the end of 1995, he ran away with the award in 1996 in a full-time role, earning all 28 first-place votes. Yanks would go on to win the World Series in 1996. And speaking of World Series rings, how many World Series rings does the captain have? Is it A, 2, B, 4, or C, 5? Jeter won the World Series 5 times in his career, 1996, 98, 99, 2000, and 2009. He could have won 2 more, with the club making it to the Fall Classic in 2001 and 2003. Moving right along here, question 4. What year was Jeter named the captain of the franchise? 2003, 2004, or 2005? We'll put you right back on the clock as we continue our Derek Jeter trivia. The anniversary just passed. Actually, George Steinbrenner named Jeter captain of the Yankees on June 3rd, 2003. He would subsequently remain as the captain until his retirement in 2014. You should have got that one right. So A for 4, and we move on to question number 5. Shockingly, Jeter did not win the American League Most Valuable Player award in his career. Who did he finish up as the runner-up in 2006? Was it A. Joe Mauer, B. Justin Morneau, or teammate C. Bertie Williams? In 2006, Jeter finished second in voting to Twin star Justin Morneau. Question 6. How many times did Jeter win the Silver Slugger Award and the Gold Glove Award in his career? A. 4, B. 5, or C. 6? Correct answer here is B. Jeter is both a 5-time winner of the Silver Slugger and the Gold Glove. He won the Slugger Award in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2012. He won the Gold Glove Award in 2004, 05, 06, 09, and 2010. This one should be really easy. Which pitcher did Jeter get his 3,000th career hit off of? Was it A. Curt Schilling, B. David Price, or C. Randy Johnson? On July 9th, 2011, Jeter recorded his 3,000th career hit. That was a home run off of Price, then of the Tampa Bay Rays. Jeter ended up going 5 for 5 in the game en route to that 3,000th career hit. Question 8. Out of his 5 World Series wins, which one was the only one that he was named the World Series MVP for? Was it A. 96, B. 98, or C. 2000? Correct answer here is C. In the same year, he won the All-Star Game Most Valuable Player Award. Jeter would go on to be named the World Series MVP in 2000. Maybe the most important of them all, at least here in the Big Apple, the Subway Series against the New York Mets. Question 9 will cap our captain trivia with 2 more iconic moments for Jeets. Jeter was only able to hit that iconic walk-off in Game 4 of the 2001 World Series and earn a new nickname, Mr. November, thanks to which Yankee whose game-tying dinger in the 9th inning sent that game to extras? Was it A. Tino Martinez, B. Scott Brocious, or C. Alfonso Soriano? A is the right answer here. Tino, as in Constantino Martinez. Still the greatest game these 2 eyes have ever seen live. And finally, question 10. We move from one iconic play for Jeter to another. Jeter's flip cut down Oakland's Jeremy Giambi at the plate and preserved New York's 1-run lead in Game 3 of the 2001 American League Division Series, for which Oakland A began the play in the first place with a grounder into the right field corner. Was it Jason Giambi, Johnny Damon, or Terrence Long? Question 10's correct answer is C, Terrence Long. I'll never forget Shane Spencer scooping that ball up in the corner and firing it in. Jeter came out of nowhere. So, how well do you know the captain, Derek Jeter? Thanks for playing at home. We'll see you next time right here on BronxNet's Open. I'm Bobby C.
Welcome back. Here we go. Here we go. Our next guest is an entrepreneur, a leader, a business owner, a chef. She can cook, and she's the founder of Gemstar. She joins the show to speak about her journey as a business owner, reflect on how the pandemic has impacted her life, and speak about how her latest business venture has made history while servicing the needs of her community. So please welcome to the show, Colby Jenkins. Welcome. Welcome, Colby.
Thank you, Bob. It's so good to see you, as always. Thank you for having me to come and talk about how we're making history.
Yeah, I was just working with your cousin at the Alhambra Ballroom for the business leaders and everything over there, all the female entrepreneurs. She did a fantastic job. You guys are in it, How are you putting all of this together? You tell us a little bit about your journey as an influencer, chef, and now a businesswoman.
Well, Bob, it really always depends on the team that you have with you. I just thank God that I have a lot of great people that have my back, that want to start to grow, to continue to be a staple in the community. And, I actually, got hurt over the summer last year, and I haven't been able to do anything. But so many people have stepped in and said, "No, Kobe, we want to help you. We want to make sure your business is a success." So we are going to come and step in and work in your place. So I just thank God, that we got our MW over last year. We got it.
Wait. You got your what?
MWBE certification.
All right.
And that allowed us to be able to bid on a contract in the town of Greenberg, and which allowed us to now be the management of the new farmers market that's coming to the town. So we hired a bunch of people from the community, and they're going to make it happen.
But wait a minute. What are you cooking? What are you preparing at the farmers market? What are we eating?
I'm not cooking anything per se, but I know that they're going to have some of my recipes out there with the fish, chicken. They're going to be out there just doing their thing, and they're going to keep the booth running. We're also going to have vendors.
Wait. You're also going to have a what?
Vendors.
Yeah.
And we're going to have fruits, vegetables. We're going to even have some vendors coming up from Harlem. People want to get involved. They want to be a part of. So I'm excited to see how it's going to flourish.
I like that. Now, you also have something called Tasty Tuesdays. Tell us about it, because you have me, I tell you, you have me salivating over here, because, you're talking about all this food. The next time we do this, we're going to have you come in here personally and maybe prepare a spread on the table so that we can all experience the wonderful foods and the things that you're doing.
I'm going to make sure my staff does just that for you. I promise you, Bob. But let me tell you, Tasty Tuesdays closed during the pandemic. So we had to figure out a way to pivot.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen. Everything was shut down. No big gatherings, no nothing. And people will come to Tasty Tuesdays in Greenberg from as far as Harlem. Brooklyn.
That's right.
Will come forward,
right? We knew where to come.
They come. So during the pandemic, what we did was we put all of our recipes in a bottle. We started TT.
Wait. You put all of the recipes in a bottle and started doing what?
We have a jerk seasoning. We have a southern dry rub. We have a seafood boil. We have all of these different spices now that we actually just transferred into from Tasty Tuesdays, because we couldn't even, Tasty Tuesdays hasn't opened back since the pandemic. So we had to figure it out, and that's how TTC was birthed out of Tasty Tuesdays.
Yeah, and people can buy these things that you put in a bottle.
Yes, ttseasonings.com. My daughters are both, or all three of my daughters are actually running TT Seasonings right now, and my does the social media for it. So I just can't thank God enough. The team has surrounded me, and everybody's hard at work.
Yeah. I tell you, and the summertime is here, so people are gonna be out there barbecuing, using your rubs and all that other stuff. Tell us how you started this business venture, Gemstar.
So Gemstar actually started because I wanted to be underneath Princess, and I wanted to be a board member over 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And she said to me, well, cuz, if you want to be on this board, you have to own your own business.
Woo!
So that's how Gemstar started. I
Uh-huh.
started on comedy shows, frying chicken and fish at the comedy show, and the rest is history.
Man. You know, there are a lot of things happening out here in the summertime. You know, you got the summer stages, you got the parades, and you got Harlem Week. You know, are you going to be out there? Are the vendors going to be out there?
Well, I'm staffing now, and we're looking at the possibilities of being able to be out there. So it's just all about staffing. Nobody wants to really work anymore, you know, in terms of staffing. I thank God that I have a great team behind me, so they want to get involved. And as long as we're able to get people out there to run the tables and man the tables, I think we'll be able to be out there at Harlem Week and something else over the summer. But our concentration is going to be on making sure the farmers market gets up and running. I have so many people contacting everyone about it, and I'm excited. Athena will be out there. You'll have Rukiat. You'll have all three of my daughters. They're all going to be running the farmers market. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to be a little bit hands off and see what everyone else can do without the micromanaging.
Yeah, you know, and we have to take a little trip up there, you know, and find out what you're working with up there. Let me find out what you're working with. So let me see what you're working with. Now, what role will Gemstar have with the Fairview Greensboro Farmers Market? Now, how do you get there? Where is it? Where do you take I-95 up, 87 up?
You can take the Bronx River Parkway and get off in White Plains. You could take the Springbrook Parkway, get off in Greenburgh, and it's going to be right in front of the town hall, which is our city hall of Greenburgh.
Yeah. Now
and it's going to be a Thursday from 1 to 6 p.m.
Yeah. And now people that want to get involved, what do they do? What do they have to do?
People that want to get involved, they can email everyone at I believe it is Greenburgh Farmers Market at gmail.com, or they can simply call at 914-661-0604, and someone will answer their call and, you know, tell them how to get involved.
And what are those hours again?
It's going to be from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m.
All right, so we know what time to come up and eat.
Everybody there, my family, all of my children will be there, my husband will be there. Everybody's going to be taking care of business.
Well, listen, we appreciate you, and thank you for coming on, all right? And continue sharing.
You, God bless you.
God bless you, too. Say that again?
I said it's always a pleasure to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you, too. Colby Jenkins, founder of Gemstar. She's doing her thing. The whole family got together, and they're pushing, making sure it happens. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, and thank you for all you do in our community. That about does it for me, the Doc Bob Lee. And we want to thank the crew right here at BronxNet for putting it all together. You know, you guys are always moving the cameras. You should see the control room. It's like the Wizard of Oz without the curtain. So we want to thank the crew here, and thank you for tuning in and checking it all out. And always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. You can join our host, Darren Jaime, Wednesday for a new episode of Open. And I'll see you over 107.5 WVLS of the Doc Bob Lee. Catch you another day, another way. Love you all. Peace.